Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is Joshua Mammoth back in the studio from Siesta Con. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
So, first off, to use who were there and did not prepay for your tickets, good luck in the suckers line because that was long. We prepaid and we got right in there, right?
That was definitely the way to go.
Yeah. So it was in an arena and good location.
Great location, lots of parking.
And it was, I would say, probably about 3 times as large as I thought it was going to be. I mean, like crowd size wise.
Oh, for sure. We walked in. I was pleasantly surprised. I was really shocked by how many people there were. And then we came to find out that there was actually more outside in a whole other building. They really had it set up.
So we actually did, we did a couple things. First off, we couldn't film a whole lot inside because there was just massive people there. And I didn't want to be disrespectful, being in the way and stuff. But we did get a few clips that we'll play. But we did get some really good interviews, and we met some really good artists. And
nice artists, yeah.
I finally got to get to the second site booth, like I've been trying to do for a while. Because a lot of the cons that I went to, second site wasn't there. And I specifically went to Siesta Con for that booth.
Yeah.
So another thing, too, that I really liked about Siesta Con, it was well organized.
It really was. They had everything laid out really well. Lots of space for the aisles, which I really appreciate. Because there's nothing worse than bumping up to someone who's trying to look at the booth behind you. So.
And also a shout out to Jose Fuentes.
Oh, he was there too. Yeah.
Of Silverline. We saw him there. I asked him how things were going, and he said that it was great. It was the second year, and that he was doing really well there. I also saw Bentbox there, and unfortunately, I'll say fortunately for him, like he was really busy, so I didn't want to interrupt his process, to get an interview with him again, because man, he was really busy. A lot of them were busy.
Yeah.
In fact, when we first came in, and we ended up passing second site first because they were like right on. I don't know if that was technically aisle 1 because you could go left if you want to, but we went right, and he was right there, and it was just so many people over there that we just said, you know what, let's go down a little bit further and see what we can get into, and so yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed going. So much cool stuff, and there wasn't just comics. Like I found some really cool crochet projects, little. Plushies that I had to get, so that was fun too.
Also ran into to Beefcake.
That was awesome.
You don't roll that clip today.
Hey, Beefcake, what's up, man?
I didn't even know he was there. I just kind of like rounded the corner, and I was just holding my phone and just getting some footage, and like, well,
he popped out of nowhere. It was awesome.
So the first book I want to talk about here was something that we just kind of popped up, and that's why I do encourage a lot of the syndicate members to go to the small cons, because you really don't know who you're going to run into there independently.
True.
And so our first one is Auston McKinley.
Yeah.
And this is Riot Force. Now,
this was awesome.
With the green screen, it may be a little fuzzy. We'll put a overlay up there. But first off, wow, what a thick book!
Like, look at this thing. You are definitely getting your money's worth for this. I mean, it is a hefty read, but it is awesome.
Not just thick, but this is quality work. I actually was kind of thumbing through this on the ride home, and this is an exciting book. There's a lot of action in here.
Yeah, it's like a kind of Judge Dredd kind of world, dystopia kind of society, and I definitely thought it was just really cool, like futuristic, but like. I can kind of see he's like, an 80s, 90s kind of guy,
The art is really cool. I'm definitely enjoying it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun read. He gave me a bookmark, which I'm going to definitely need for this one.
Oh, for sure.
But we also got a really good interview with him. So, Trevor, roll that beautiful me footage.
Okay.
Welcome back, Syndicate members. We're at Siesta Con today, and I'm with my new buddy Austin with Riot Force. So check out the size of this thing. How long have you been working on this book?
Well, it depends on when you start counting, because it's based on characters I created when I was 9 years old in 1986. So you could say I've been working on it for 40 years. But really, it took me about 3 years of full-time work as a professional comic artist.
This is really amazing work. What would you say that the book is about?
It's about a team of sort of, we'll call them federal police officers. And they fight mutant frogmen and ninjas in fighter jets. They live in a sort of dystopian society that's run by corporations, and so the hint of what it's about is in the title, Riot Force, Tools of the Rich. So are they fighting the tools of the rich, or are they the tools of the rich? Read the book to find out.
Oh, I love that. First off, I'm definitely going to pick up a copy of this.
Okay.
And I love the premise of it. How much is this going for?
It's $40.
Yo, that's a Steel Syndicate member.
Low $40 for 308 pages of comic book action and adventure.
And where can the members pick this up at?
It's on sale in bookstores everywhere. You can go to Barnes & Noble and order it. It's published by Source Point Press, distributed through Simon & Schuster.
You heard it here first, Syndicate members. Thanks a lot, Austin. I appreciate it. Okay, so what did you guys think of that? So, yeah, Riot Force is definitely going to be on my agenda, because I'm going to be pawing through this book over the next few weeks for sure.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that I love about the story is that he started this when he was so young, and it's kind of like a lifelong project that's come true, you know.
Which I think is the case for a lot of artists. They really think of something like really early on, either in their childhood or in their creative life, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, I finally have the time and the ability to do this, so let me kind of bring this out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool.
And he's a really nice guy too. So,
for sure.
Well, with everyone that we talk about, we'll definitely put everything in the description. So
make sure you check them out.
Yes, definitely check them out. Now, the next one, on to the next artist. So after Austin, we literally just went right around the corner, and I just, at the corner of my eye, I just saw this display. Trevor, put the picture up there, and Brian's display was absolutely amazing.
It was so eye-catching. The colors that he used, man, he really did something to the brain waves that really just drew you to his tape.
I loved it. Like, yeah, there was something about it. Like, he had a comics here, which obviously my eye went to there. But then he has like the novels that I guess the comics are like a meanwhile that take place in between the novels, and then. He had stickers there, and I think then he has alternate covers that have other stuff in there too. Yeah, which is awesome.
Which is so cool. Yeah, he was really just kind of diving into. He even had the playlist at the back of one of the comics on different Instagram artists that he uses.
Oh yes,
I just thought that was so cool.
Remember that.
He's like just really cool on how he kind of ties everything together and really wants to just help everybody out. And I just thought that was awesome.
Him and I have a very similar mentality when it comes to that. And in the back of his comics too, he has artists he commissions artists to do his characters, and then he puts their Instagrams or whatever their social medias at the bottom, so that other people that buy his work can also commission it.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and he also gave us a spectacular interview. Trevor, roll that beautiful me footage. Welcome back, Syndicate members. We're here at another amazing booth, as you can see, and I got to tell you, I'm super impressed. We just walked by and I was like, whoa, I got to get into this. Can you explain what's going on here? Because I'm seeing comics, I'm seeing novels, stickers, cards. What's going on here?
Well, first off, I guess that means the artwork is doing what it should.
It definitely is.
But what you see before you is an urban fantasy story. It's actually a novel trilogy. And between the second and third novel, I did a 3-issue comic. I did so as a way to expound on side characters, but also introduce you to the main villain for the third novel. And so I'm seeing a lot of all these different issues. Yes. So this is issue 1, issue 2. These are the variant for issue 2, in which case, for my variants, I like to make sure not only do you get a different cover, but you have some added material for the interior. Oh, okay. I hated that growing up, right? You just you paid another price for the same comic with a different cover. I love that. That's awesome. And these are special editions, in which case the variant of the variant, certain characters from the story actually affect the comic book itself. So we start off one way, end with something different. Awesome. And where can the Syndicate members pick your stuff up at if they're not at Siesta Con today? Oh, you can go to betweenmagicanddreams.com, and the novels themselves are available pretty much anywhere. But if you get them from me, I send them to you signed. That's where you need to go, man, for the Syndicate members. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it for the breakdown. Hey, no problem. All right, Syndicate members, we'll be right back.
The intercom was not my friend.
Yeah, he kind of came in at the wrong time. He didn't say anything the whole time when we do an interview and he started talking. I'm like,
kind of felt like Greyjoy at Winterfell with that guy on the horn.
What a weird comparison. Leave it to you.
But definitely, I'm gonna put all of Bryan's stuff down below. Check him out, man. Help him out. Follow him, because he's got something rolling here that I really like.
Yeah, I do too, and his stuff just looks amazing. I really can't wait to dive into it.
I wish we would have picked up some books. I'm gonna have to go in there and order some.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't know why we didn't yesterday.
You know, there was so much going on, and we had such a good conversation with him after the interview. You know,
yeah,
because we must have been there probably 10 or 15 minutes. So I do appreciate your time, Bryan. Thank you for taking your opportunity to sell to other people to talk to me. I do really appreciate that, and I do really appreciate your work as we look through these issues that I got.
They look so cool.
Wow, these are amazing.
They really do. They look awesome.
And I'm going to say too that it's not just the art, which is really top notch, but whoever's printing this stuff knows what they're doing too.
Yeah.
Because like this,
it's like super quality.
Like this silk cover, like I know you guys can't actually like touch this, but I mean it's like got this like really like nice silk finish, and the colors are like nice and matte. But then when you open it, it's got this nice glossy interior, and
it looks really nice.
Oh man, it's so beautiful. I mean, this is quality work.
Yeah.
And. Yeah, so I would definitely suggest checking it out between Magic and Dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't be disappointed, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that was actually one of my favorite catches there. Because, again, I had no idea who's going to be there.
It's just really a toss-up of who is going to be there. We're just hoping that there's people there that have independent stuff that we can pick up.
And I think Bryan has a good connection. I think he's got a network out there.
Yeah.
So
I like he's bringing in artists and everything. It's just a different, even not comic book artists, but even musical artists. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that is definitely awesome. Now, so after Bryan, we walked around, we checked it out. We did some of the outside stuff too. Which I'll roll some of that stuff. We'll show some of the pictures too, because like I said, it was so crowded we couldn't film a whole lot.
It was, yeah.
And then once things kind of calmed down, like right around lunchtime, and so we saw that Marcus had an opening at his booth, and so we went over there to give him a shout out, and we got a great interview with him.
We sure did.
Trevor, you know what I'm gonna say.
Welcome back, Syndicate members, and I have a special intro for you today. We're here with Marcus from Second Sight Publishing, and as you know, I did a review of These Damn Kids, and These Damn Kids were in our top 5 comics to look for. So, Marcus, thank you so much for being with us today.
I'm glad to be here, man. You got me in my natural element.
Definitely. And first off, I want to say I'm absolutely amazed at the expansion that Second Sight has done. Everything from the tiers to the second issue of These Damn Kids. Like, tell me about some of the amazing stuff you guys have been doing.
Well, what we've done over the last couple of years is we focus more on horror. So we have like the 4 volumes of Mississippi Zombie and the 4 volumes of Hearts of Horror. We partnered with Dark Horse Comics to bring out Shook. As you mentioned, the issue 2 of These Damn Kids, and then working on issue 2 of Sunny, and a couple other anthology projects that we have in the works. So, I mean, anthologies is what we've been doing, is where we're most successful. Our fans really love the fact that we can bring together different groups of people to make a big story.
Definitely. Well, I enjoy everything that Second Sight has put out. So, what would you recommend for me picking up today?
Today, you have to get out Carmine. Carmine is written by Colleen Douglas. Colleen actually lives over in England, and this book originated from there. So I have this here with me today. The Tears stayed in the #1 position on Global Comics for manga for about 6 weeks straight.
That's amazing.
And then we mentioned the issue 2 of These Damn Kids.
That's a must. That's a must pick for sure.
And then I actually have the book that I wrote, Zombie Heist. So all the zombie fans, more zombie goodness from Second Sight Publishing.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm definitely going to pick up some books, and then I'm going to take them, let you look at them later, Syndicate members. So thank you so much, Marcus. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you later, Syndicate members.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So first and foremost, I want to say special thank you to Marcus because so after I told you that I was going to pick up some books, I actually did pick up quite a bit, and he threw in quite a bit. Now, first thing I want to show. Okay, sorry for that one. I had it on top here. Is the Shook book here. Now, he actually gifted us this one. And he was telling us that it was in a running for a contest that was going to be announced at 5 p.m. yesterday. And I'm happy to announce that he did win.
I know. Congratulations.
Best
That was
story
awesome.
of the year. And that was with Glimp Comics. Excuse me. 2025 Glimp Comics Awards winner, Story of the Year. So congratulations.
That's really exciting.
That is exciting. And I flipped through this, and I can't wait to dive in. This is all horror like he was talking about, and there's some really good stuff in there.
Yep, right up your alley.
So not only did we get this, but I did end up picking up the Tears, which he was saying was on the anime for 6 weeks, #1. So this is definitely very anime, as you guys can see. So I don't read a lot of anime, but you know what? I'm gonna give this one a chance because Marcus suggested it, and I'm gonna tell you the anime is actually pretty good in this.
It looks awesome.
I also got the Charlemagne. This is another recommendation. So this one I have not looked through yet, but man, look how thick this is.
I know. I'm telling you, we got some awesome books yesterday. We really got some reading on to get started on, but all the artwork and all of the stories, I'm really excited about.
I also picked up These Damn Kids #2 because that was an absolute must, and Zombie Heist. Well, that's kind of so we'll put an overlay up for you. Zombie Heist #1, and that was all from Marcus. Now, there was another gentleman at the Second Sight booth.
Yes. Alfred Paige.
Alfred Paige, writer, comic book writer. And he had quite an impressive display himself.
He did. He had quite a bit of stuff. We picked up quite a few of his comics. He had Blowtorch, and then he had Pinpoint and Chess.
And we ended up picking up all three actually. Yep. So I got Blowtorch 1, 2, and 3, Chess 1, 2, and 3, and then I think we picked up Pinpoint 1, which was kind of a thick number
Another
1.
good quality, thicker book that we're excited
now,
about.
some of this stuff here, especially with Blowtorch, this looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Put an overlay, Trevor. This is some good stuff. Now, we're going to go through a lot of this and definitely give you our take on it. But I'm really excited. Like we got such a good stash here.
Yeah, we were really kind of dwindling there for a minute, but now that we really got our stock back up, I'm happy.
And we actually have some more cons to go to throughout the year too. We may not end up with as much as we got this one. I did
We got a little excited yesterday.
I did, but I was really excited with seeing so many artists out there, and
they had just so many options. It was too hard to pick from.
It definitely was. And the Second Sight booth, Second Sight. Okay, so here's the thing. A few years ago, like right before the channel started, is when I saw Second Sight, and I want to say, and I may be wrong about this, I want to say it was at Daytona Con. Maybe it was the first year we went, and there was like maybe 4 books there.
Oh yeah.
I want to say These Damn Kids, obviously, and then I want to say one of them was called The Protector. And I remember picking up those 2, These Damn Kids and The Protector. But Marcus wasn't at that booth at the time. It was someone else was actually running the booth. I think Marcus had something to do that day, and that's why I ended up not meeting him. Although I wasn't doing the channel at that time.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to know what happened to These Damn Kids. I like that book so much. But I enjoyed Siesta Con, and I think I'm going to put that on the next year's list.
I think we're going to have to. Yeah, because it was their second year, and it looks super successful, so I think the third year will be even better.
I wonder what wrestler I'll run into next year.
I have to get an autograph next year. Should have done this year.
Yeah, we'll see. Tampa, there's a lot of wrestlers who live out there.
It's true.
Yeah, Steve Borden lives out there.
Oh, Steve. I was like, wait, who?
All right, Syndicate members. Oh, actually, you have anything?
No, just we had a great time. You're gonna be seeing a lot of us lately because with all the new comics that we have to review, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I may do some shorts on some of these because
try out some new stuff.
Yeah, some of these are actually really interesting, and I definitely want people to pick them up.
Yeah.
And especially like the zombie heist. I'm gonna have to get into this one sooner than later. So, all right, Syndicate members. Between the known and the unknown lies the mammoth. I'll see you next time.